I would have had to go about another, I went 2 years.
Yeah.
If I wanted to get high school, I would probably had to go about another 6 to finish my grade, you know. And now I don't want to do that. I wanted to take and start. That's when I started making money. I wanted to make some money.
So you didn't graduate from high school?
No, I only went 2 years. No, Daryl only went one. Didn't even go 1 year. And then I started working and making money to buy cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's what every boy's love is, a car.
Yeah.
Grandpa told me yesterday he went, when he was in first grade, he went to different schools.
Yeah, 9.
In first grade.
First grade, yeah.
Why?
Because my dad was gravel hauling.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
He went all the way Oklahoma, Texas, and I don't know just where all.
Mm-hmm.
But on this, when my dad would move, he had a little trailer that he pulled with that truck.
Mm-hmm.
I still got a piece of that truck. It's a 46 Mac,
Yeah.
tire tester.
Really?
It's in my pickup.
Huh.
Well, anyway, he had a canvas top. He put on the truck like this, and it bowed like this here, and canvas on, with a hole in the front, and that's where he put the stuff, you know, so it wouldn't get wet when he was moving.
Yeah.
So, a lot of jackrabbits, so much. We had a nice hound dog.
Mm-hmm.
We always rode in there. And my dad saw a dead jackrabbit on the road down in Texas, I'd say somewhere. We weren't too big, see, you know, 4, 6 years old.
Yeah.
So he gets out.
Hey, and I want to tell you what Grandma Alice said.
They put one of you between your dad and the
Oh,
door, and they
I
put the
know.
other one of you between your
I
mom and the
hadn't got
door,
that far
so
yet.
you didn't sit
Yeah,
in the
so we
middle
wouldn't-
and
So we
fight.
wouldn't fight. Well, that he told that, good. Well, anyway, he throws that jackrabbit into that hole up there. And pretty soon people are pointing. What? And my dad said, finally said, oh, what in the world are pointing at? The dog was sitting on top of the cab, eating that rabbit.
Well, you're going down the highway.
Yeah, and the fur, of course, fur was flying around. They didn't quite pick it all up, and that's what they were pointing at.
So why did he pick up the jackrabbit? Was he gonna eat
Poor
it?
dog needs something to eat,
Yeah.
and dogs like jackrabbits.
Yeah.
I was telling Ace yesterday. I talked a lot. We raised giant chinchillas. No, this is true.
We're chinchillas.
Rabbits.
Oh.
They have a miniature chinchilla,
Okay.
but this is a giant chinchilla. The bucks weighed approximately 14.5 pounds in that area. And so my dad, he picks one out, and the bucks, you know, just ripped his t-shirt all to pieces. I know, it don't sound funny, but he just ripped all to pieces. But they were real good eating, terrific.
Yeah.
And
So would
then
you eat chinchilla now if we served you it?
Huh?
Would you eat it now if we served you chinchilla?
Sure, you betcha. Rabbit, I love rabbit.
How'd you eat it? Like
I
stew?
think once,
Or
What?
like stew or what?
No, we fry them.
Fry 'em? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And of course, do you know the difference between a wild rabbit or a cottontail and a tame one when they're babies?
oh, I know,
What's the difference?
the eyes.
Tame one looks just like a mouse.
Oh.
Same size,
Yeah.
about this small. Eyes closed, no hair.
Yeah.
A wild rabbit, a cottontail or jackrabbit are small,
Yeah.
but their eyes are open, they got fur, and they can jump just like their parents. Yeah,
Really?
because we found that out.
Oh.
See, the 122 that I got is 65 years old. I got it when I was just 10 years old.
Yeah.
Well, this jackrabbit was sitting about a quarter of a mile away, roughly.
And they're big.
Well,
Jackrabbits are
they're big. They're not cottontail, you know.
Yeah.
They're big. So Dad said, let's just see how close we get. Probably a little over a quarter mile, actually. So we see how close we get. You know,
Yeah.
the 22, she was dusty, so you see it's probably way low and way low. It had a scope on it. So he just kept bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up. All of a sudden, hit the rabbit. Kicked.
Nice.
So we run over there because we could run, man, quarter of a mile was nothing.
Yeah.
Now a quarter of a foot is better.
Yeah.
But anyway, just kicking. 3 baby ones.
Oh.
Dad just split her open and the little ones jumped out.
No.
That's right.
Wow.
That's correct.
Really?
Yes. And you know how long they lived? They lived about 2 days and they were dead, all of them. Because we couldn't, you'd have to maybe feed them with a real big
Yeah.
cropper or,
Yeah.
because they didn't eat grass yet or nothing like that. And so our boys had plenty of wet eyes for a while, brother and I.
Oh, you cried about that?
Yeah, we felt bad about it because we wanted
Yeah.
them, you know how?
Oh, as pets.
We wanted them to grow up and be pets.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Oh, that's scary.
Okay, here's another thing about the giant chinchilla rabbits.
Yeah.
I told Ace all that too. We had them in a pan,
Okay.
wire pan, fenced right down to the ground. And they kept getting out. They like to dig.
Yeah.
So my dad put in another wire about this, down to the ground about, maybe 16 inches, roughly. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
And then wired it to the other one. That's taught them to get it out.
Wow.
Because they would dig.
And another thing about the mama rabbit is, we had pens where we'd open the sides, so we'd clean it out. And where she lay her eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, where she had her babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got a pouch, great big pouch under here. She pulls that all out, it's all fur. How she gets it, she pulls it out, and
Really?
she makes her nest.
Out of the fur, from underneath her.
Yeah, she makes a nest about this,
Oh,
roughly
that
about
is
this big around.
weird.
And she has 8, 10, or 12 babies. And when it's hot weather, you could open that door and they just be all moved back. She moved it all back. And with cold weather, she had them all covered up. And
Cool.
all you could see was a little movement.
Yeah.
But when they got to be a month or 2 old, they were just like a cat.
Yeah.
Boys would bring them in and they would run on their bed, upside down by you, just
Cute.
Really?
as friendly as a cat.
So what, they were called giant chinchilla rabbits?
Giant chinchillas.
I'm gonna look this up.
And I've had people say, oh, giant chinchillas. Well, chinchillas, we know about chinchillas. Miniature chinchillas.
Yeah.
So why did you raise them again?
Money,
And people would buy them for
eating,
eating.
yeah. And you know how you kill them. I didn't tell Ace all that.
How did he kill it?
You know how you kill them?
No.
You hit them behind the head. You take a bar
Yeah.
and you hit them right behind the head.
That must have made you feel sad though.
Oh, well, we had to dress them, because when they got the big ones, of course the bucks would have been, you know how big, they wouldn't not much good to eat.
Yeah.
These
But-
are huge.
But the thing is about, you would take and maybe raise some, several months, and then they were maybe 4 pounds, 5 pounds. And then the story, I put this story, I'm going to tell you that it's not quite true. See, we would take 2 rabbits, we raised cats too.
Okay.
We'd take 2 rabbits and 1 cat, and we'd dress them, and put them all together. Nobody, they didn't know. That's not true.
No, I know. But they're big.
Yeah, did you see?
Yeah, Google the picture of them. They're huge.
Yeah, they are.
Grandpa, how much you
And what did it say weight? Huh?
No, I was just looking at pictures.
The outside limit would be 14, 15 pounds.
Wow, that's.
how
for a
much do they pay for one?
Oh, I don't know. We got started by buying a buck and probably a few. I think they call them ewes now. I'm not sure now again. But the female rabbits, and that's how we got started.
So people would buy them for food.
Mhm.
A lot of people bought them for food.
You know what, Grandpa?
Rabbit is good.
Amy, you can hardly, if they're young, when they're tender,
Oh,
you can hardly tell them from chicken.
and you know, okay,